Hey guys, I'm Sarah Bowen, principal at Fallsburg Elementary. I'm going to introduce my team real quick. I have Penny Priest, that is a third grade reading teacher. Randy McDavid, social studies and language for middle school. Angel Ward, my guidance counselor. Brenda Curry, my family resource director. And in the back, Teresa Prince, my preschool teacher. This year we focused on formative assessment, common assessments, all kinds of different assessments with data, notebook, and coaching sessions. We are an ACT school. And just real quick, we wanted to really focus on assessments to personalize instruction, but our goal was for our students to become aware of their own learning through data tracking and goal setting. I'm not going to read that to you. You can kind of read that yourself. How we got started, at the beginning of the year, we met with all staff members and we kind of talked about our expectations by using data notebooks and what we wanted to see. This is our first year using them, so we've learned a lot this year and how to improve it for next year. And now I want to pass it over to them.
Hello, so I'm going to talk a little bit about K through 5. They each have their own data notebooks that they keep, and with this group they have their non-negotiables that are in their notebook, which is their STAR scores, their common assessments, and they also set their own goals. Those students also meet one-on-one with either the principal, the guidance counselor, or with their teacher. So they can also set goals directed by what their scores are for each student. And these are just pictures of the principal and the guidance counselor meeting with the students and going over their data notebook. And the data notebooks are also used during presentations and talking over their scores with their parents, so that their parents are updated and they know what's going on with them.
Okay, on the middle school end of this, we started coaching sessions this year. And the way that we assign students to a coach is that we created a Google form, and they had to go through and choose one teacher and then choose 2 other adults that the students have contact with throughout the day. You know, the kids are used to having their core teachers, so we kind of wanted to give them an opportunity to get to know another adult that is in the school building. So we went through their selections and we decided, we kind of drafted them of which students should go with which adult. Things that we did in our coaching sessions, we each had a small group of children, so we were able to get to know them one-on-one. We met every other week, and they brought their data folders with them every time. If you don't care, did you pass that out? Okay. They brought their data folders with them, and we went over their scores. Each week they were able to add, maybe common assessment scores or some, chapter test or something. So not only did I know their scores, they knew their scores. And sometimes that gap between what we know and what the students know, sometimes that's on the teacher to try to figure out how to get them to improve, and the students kind of took ownership of it this way because they were very aware of how they were scoring. We talked about their future careers, kind of like the presentation that we just saw. Lawrence County High School also has career pathways, so we started exploring those with our middle school students so that they would be able to have an idea of what career pathway that they would go into in high school. If you look at the chart that we just passed out, this was the results from our student reflection. Almost every child was happy with their coach, and we addressed the issue to that one. The students, we had 80% of them enjoyed the activities that we did in our coaching sessions, which is pretty good for middle school age kids if you know how they typically respond to things like this. And my favorite thing, though, is if you look that my coach I went to my coach with an issue that I was having at school or at home. We had 20 kids that said that they did. And I know that that's not all of our students, but that's 20 kids that found an adult that they were able to talk to and felt comfortable enough with to go with a problem. And I think that alone is a phenomenal outcome of this program.
Okay, what do our students and staff think? So these are just some different quotes from different students, and then also Mrs. Bowen herself. Coaching days are the best, and that was by Lauren. I like having a person I can go to and count on, by Emma. I I like having time to work on my ILPs and to look at career opportunities by Ryan and Mrs. Bowen herself. I enjoy having a team. I look forward to meeting with my group of kids to catch up on what's going on, especially goal setting with the students, which has been a great impact. And I think Randy kind of summed that up with what the expectation of the students. I know impact myself, it was great with the students because the two that I had, they did share things that was going on at home as well, and they had that person they could talk to, so that was a great outcome from that.
Hi. Something unique to Fallsburg Elementary, we want to share this data with our families. So at Fallsburg Elementary, we connected this with our party time because lots of parents come to parties. So we shared this data. Actually, the kids share this data with their parents, and this includes all grades K through 8. We do this 4 times a year. Students share data with parent, guardian, or staff members. So we cover it even though your family members can't be there. There's somebody that the child can relay their data to. And each data party is scheduled before a class party or a celebration. So you're kind of doing 2 things at once, and it's a positive thing. Now, here's some very cool things going on. Because of this, each child had a parent or a staff member to share their data with. The number of parents that heard data increased by 45% in grades K through 5, and 84% in the middle school grades. I mean, 84%.
And this right here is parents.
Oh, parents. Sorry.
No, you said that.
Okay.
But it's not staff members that heard, it's actual parents or guardians. So I think that's big. Yeah.
All right, and including that, we have star and map scores that had a significant jump between fall and winter. And as Miss McDavid said, students know their data. They have the language. They come up with the goals. They know where they're going, and it's just a super thing. And my friend Sarah.
Some of our personalized learning for teachers too, and I threw this in here because we have been working on micro-credentials. I know that you all have heard lots about micro-credentials the past 2 or 3 years. We've been working on framing a problem of practice, of course, literacy assessment, formative assessment in the classroom, and parent communication. And so this is something that we're going to continue to do next year also for our teachers.
And the next steps was to involve parents in goal setting, also include formative assessments and data notebooks, increase micro-credentials in our school, and move to digital form in middle school grades.
And to wrap it up, we just I've put our names down and our Twitter name in case you want to follow any of us. And we do Twitter chats with our ACT group with lots of good things going on. So we'd love to have you on there to chat with you. Any questions? We're finished.